Duets with Dice presents A Promise of Vines, A Changeling the Dreaming Chronicle, Episode 2.
Hello, hello.
Hello, we're back in the closet.
Yep, back in the old closet, getting ready to tell the next part of our Changeling the Dreaming game.
So, as a recap, last episode, we came back to Addie. She went out to try to figure out what the heck that weird stone squishy heart was. And she went out all over the place and asked pretty much everyone she knew, and nobody knew anything.
Yeah.
And she came home with her ankle bracelet and lay in wait for her first day of community service.
So that was a Saturday. Your community service begins on Monday.
Yeah.
And so you do have Sunday, and Sunday you get a text from Aiden, and he says, "Hey, are you ready?"
I text him back, "Ready for what?" And I put like 3 question marks.
Your community service starts tomorrow, and today's the day that you finally rid yourself of that ankle bracelet.
Like I'm like sitting at my desk in my room while I'm getting all the texts and everything, and I'm just like, wait, finally this ball and chain can be removed from me? Who takes it off? Question mark.
You have to come up to the station.
Come get me, please. Smiley face. 2 hearts.
I'm off work today. I really don't want to go in. I'm just saying, ever since that thing happened, the work atmosphere has changed just slightly. Fair.
Okay. And so she like puts her like cradles her head on her hand and is just like, oh, I'm sure they won't mind if I just like bike over real fast. I mean, that's not breaking the rules if I'm going to get it taken off. I just don't want to bother Louie. Oh, if he's awake, maybe. And so I like go outside my room and go over to the little banister where I can see down into the living room. And I just like poke my head over to see if he's in the living room, drinking on the couch or anything.
Nope. Does not appear to be down there.
Okay. Alright, well that gives me a perfect excuse not to ask him. Okay. I'll just go. And so I put on all my things, put on some shoes, and I get on my bike. And I go directly to the police station.
Yep, and so, as you are riding down to the police station, you see on your way there is looks like the construction of a new lot. As it's pretty much like right as you're getting into the main area of town. You're seeing that a building that was like condemned and torn down recently. It looks like they are getting ready to build something new there.
Are there people right now on their building?
Not at the moment. Doesn't look like anybody's there right now.
Does it have like a for lease sign or anything?
Yeah, the lease sign, it's already taken care of. Yeah. And so as you're driving down, it shows a new future site of a Bellerophon pharmacy.
Oh, sort of like slow my roll down a little to look at it. I'm like, oh man, they tore that building down real fast. Bellerophon, weird. I just keep going, and the wind is picking up more because this is an oceanside town, and summer has started to go, and so...
It's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Not certain if it's... probably a lot of people leaving.
Yeah.
Getting ready, heading out. You see a fair number of, like, families all packed up and, like, RVs among them and things like that.
See a lot of people, like, putting covers over their pools and stuff because it's time for them to leave their beach home.
It's time to go.
And so, yeah. It's always real sad to see my my neighbors that are only there in the summer leave. Because then my house is like the only like one in my cul-de-sac that actually has someone live in it year round.
Yeah.
And so like during the fall and winter, it's kind of weird. Like there are no cars in the driveway, and you know, in the summer, like, you can see kids and stuff.
Lately, a lot of people on your block have been using their homes for, like, Airbnb.
Yeah. I probably like that. Yeah. That probably makes me happy, because then I'm like, oh, new neighbors! And they're like, oh, we don't want to stay.
And they're like, no, it's just...
We're going to leave a weird review.
We're here for 2 days. Your neighbor's weird.
They leave a review on the site like, lovely property, pretty close to the beach, nice neighborhood, weird neighbor. Yeah. She invited herself to our barbecue and she brought, it looked like bacon, but it was made out of carrots.
Yeah, it looked like bacon, weird. But it was made out of carrots. But man, she was so charming. 5 stars. So,
yeah.
And so, yeah. And you make your way down to the police station, and you see one of the other officers. The building is not super nice.
It never has been.
Never has been. The air feels a little thinner in here. You see color seeping, you see large concentration of color on the windows, or around the windows, chimerically speaking, as if the color is trying to escape, pulling itself out of the room, leaving most of it looking very gray.
Yeah. Has a stagnant air to it.
Yeah, there's a stagnant air to it. It walking in here kind of feels like walking in from the Pridelands out into the elephant's graveyard.
Oh, great reference. Thanks.
Yeah. You come in and it's just
like, what's the name of my parole officer? We ever come up with a name for that guy?
Officer Shanks.
Officer Shanks. Great name.
Yeah.
You have a pen?
His name's Milton Shanks.
Old Milton makes a comeback.
No.
Love that name.
I mean, that's just a name. That's the name that came to mind. And
wonder why. Let's go.
And so, yeah. You see Milt. He's a little older. He's, got a mustache, fairly out of shape, but good enough that he can run if he has to.
He's like a Segway cop sort of guy.
Yeah,
you can.
I don't want to paint the picture that he's full on just Paul Blart. Because he's not.
Whoa.
But
no, he's like not that out of shape.
No.
But if he can, he will use the Segway.
Yeah. And so he looks over and is like, "Well, today's the day."
I am so excited, and I put my leg up on his desk.
Parole officer. On parole.
Well, I have an officer assigned to me that has to watch my stuff. Yeah. And so I take my leg warmer leg, and I swing it around and I plop it down on his desk. Yep, I am so ready to have this thing taken off.
Yep, just remember what got you here.
Breaking and entering and
that's part of it.
I also think I'm trying to remember what the judge said.
Everybody in the place is looking at you.
I said some things that I regret.
All right. And so he pulls the key out.
But I was exercising for speech. I'm kidding, Officer Shanks.
Just staring you dead in the eye as he swipes the key across. It plops right off.
I feel a weight lift from my shoulders, and I lift my arms up like I'm taking in a deep breath.
Air's still real thin, doesn't smell great.
I feel so much lighter.
Great.
All right.
Well, see to it that you don't end up here again.
Well, I will do my absolute best to make sure this is the last run-in with the law that I have.
All right.
Well, I'll see you around, Officer Shanks.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, I'll see you on the beach.
Maybe.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
And I skip out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just, I make a twirl as I push open the flappy
sound of
door.
Music is playing.
Yeah.
You're spinning around in circles. The camera's circling around with you like you're on a field in Germany or in Austria. Yeah.
With the sound of
Burp, burp, get out of the road!
I stop and I just look at a car.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just tasting freedom. And then I run to my bike.
Get out of the middle of the road, go back over to the bike rack that's there at the police station that you ran past as you were pirouetting through the streets. Run back. Get on your bike.
Yeah, that was it.
Where to now? Now that you've got your first taste of freedom.
Gosh, I'm finally me. I can finally do whatever I want to do. What do you think?
How's your glamour look?
My glamour.
Sitting on 3?
I'm sitting on 3 right now.
Yeah.
Let me think. I want to go out and do something. Because I've spent probably the past couple days in my room editing.
It's been
because
about the past week and a half, yeah.
And I have stuff that I have to do at home, but I'm just like, now I can come out here, and so I've done a lot of editing, I've done my work, and now it's beach time. Mm-hmm. And so I guess I wanna like play in the sand a little bit.
Yeah. You go back to the beach, and
like I ride through the sand as much as I can before it gets too difficult to ride, and then I just abandon my bike.
Bike's just fucked up. It's got so much sand all up in it. The tires go flat constantly.
That thing goes through a lot. It really does. And I just fling it down and just like run into the waves. Like just run like I'm running into the ocean, and like water isn't going to stop me.
Yeah. And as you're running to the ocean, the sound of music starts playing again, and you're running, and you're twirling and getting ready to jump into the beach, or jump into the ever warm embrace of the beach. You step on a piece of garbage, and I
dramatically fall.
Yeah, you just fucking tumble.
I want to fucking beef it.
You fucking eat dirt.
And I fall, and I twirl, and I grab my foot, and I'm still rolling towards the waves, but like I'm on my side and rolling and grabbing my foot. Oh God, what was that? And I look down at my foot.
You look around, and your foot, it's like, it's not bleeding, but it hurts.
Was that a Lego? What could that possibly have been?
And you look around, and this place is filthy.
Huh?
There's trash all over the place.
Oh, it's been I haven't been around to clean it in a whole week. And it's covered in... And I go to the nearest piece of trash and pick it up. What should it be?
Oh, it says, it's a Wonder Ball.
Oh God, and it's a Nestle's Wonder Ball.
Old candy.
This is different, and I actually start to open it. Like,
yeah, it's just the plastic. It's just the plastic. Like the chocolate's been eaten, the prize has been taken from within.
It's time. It's time, Beach. I've neglected you for far too long, but don't worry, Mama's home. and I run to the shack to get my contractor bags to begin cleaning the beach, as is my responsibility and my passion.
Yeah, and so you spend most of the day just cleaning up the beach. It's a big job, and people see you doing it, and they're like, "Hey, Adelaide!
Hi!
Yeah, thanks for saving the beach."
I'm saving one sea turtle at a time.
Right on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you spend most of the day picking up garbage at the beach, as is your duty, or not really your duty.
It's something that
It's
I
just
do
something
that
you do.
It's important to me.
Yeah. And
Because if not, people will just leave, just like stuff.
Yeah,
I actually don't know how some of this stuff gets on the beach.
like a wonder ball.
A wonder ball? Well, that's just weird. Trying to think of just something outlandish that she's found on the beach and was just like, but what?
Just like a can of Surge. Just all kinds
a
of
Crystal Pepsi?
You're finding old garbage from the 90s, just like washed up on the beach, or alternatively left there by a time traveler.
What is that? No way. It couldn't possibly. I fall to my knees and then push away some kelp and some seaweed, and I see a sealed bottle of Crystal Pepsi. What? Is this real? Oh.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real bad. It's super stale.
I can't believe I drank that.
Yeah. Gosh, what a bad choice.
Why did I listen to my intrusive thought that told me drink it? And I open it up to take another little swig, like,
Ugh.
it's very stale. It's separated.
Yeah.
It's bad. But I'm gonna make a video about that. and I put it in my purse instead of in the trash bag because I wanna tell the internet about how I found a intact bottle of Crystal Pepsi and made the choice to open it.
As you're wrapping up, you see Sid. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, just a cleaning.
Oh. Yeah, I noticed this place looked like a mess.
Well, I've been on house arrest, but guess what? And I stand on one foot and hold up my previously cuffed leg, but now I'm free.
Alright. Have you been to the Freehold?
I was there earlier to get trash bags. Why?
Oh, I didn't know that's where you meant when you said the shack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, otherwise I would have had something for you. And so...
I probably just went outside of it to
Yeah.
grab them. I didn't go in.
Well, maybe you should stop by.
Oh?
Yeah.
What's going on?
You should stop by.
Ooh, a surprise. Okay. Hey, Sid. Can you take this to a dumpster?
You know I can.
Please?
All right.
I mean, if it's not too much trouble, you can keep it until you're ready to go, and you could drop it by any dumpster.
Yeah, I'd love to keep this garbage. No, just hand it over. I'll take it.
All right, here you go. I give him a big contractor bag filled with mist.
He hoists it up on his shoulder. Is this it?
Yeah, that's more or less it.
All right. See you later.
All right, see you around, Sid.
And so Sid wanders off with a big old bag of trash.
Freehold. Let me go over. I go over to the Freehold. See what's up.
As you step inside, you see that it looks very different.
Oh.
You wander in, and it appears that a lot of what was established as part of just the decor of the Freehold is now kind of blank. It's a little bit of a blank canvas, and eventually someone comes in, and eventually Lily steps out of one of the rooms up on the second floor and looks down over the balcony. Hey!
Hi, Lillian! Lily, this is different.
My name's Lily. Don't you ever call me Lillian.
Okay, Lily.
Alright.
What's this? What's all this?
Yeah, now that we are,
well, now that you are expected to pay tithe, they figured you could get the right to decorate your freehold as chosen.
Oh.
And so, this place is yours now, for real.
Wow. Well, I'm not much of an interior decorator, really.
Really?
I mean, I dabble. Here and there. But a whole freehold?
Yeah.
Gosh, it could be anything.
Yeah, the Bellfire's been moved downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask how we did it. It was long. It's complicated.
I'm gonna ask how you did it.
No, I'm not gonna answer.
Okay. I'm just gonna make the assumption you worked real hard.
Yep. It's downstairs. Oh, there's a downstairs now.
What?
Yeah, we've been shaping this place up. A bit. Make it more suitable to our needs.
What are you guys putting in?
Well, that's up to you.
Well, I feel like you should have some input on it. You're gonna be here.
Sometimes. I've never been asked to look over anything.
Well, that's true. I suppose you're not really a steward of anything. You're just a part of my household, is what it is.
I am a part of your motley. Or more specifically, I was. See, now that this place is yours, our oath of motley is concluded.
Oh.
My job was to... William's job. Not Sid's job. Sid is bound to you.
I remember that oath.
But as far as William and myself, our oath to you is complete. We have seen to your adaptation to changeling life, and now that you are a bigwig for real now.
Oh man.
That means that we're square.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
I was forced into it.
What? I thought you did it because you wanted to.
Nah. But you're alright.
I'm like, that stressed me out a little. I'm like, wait, she was forced into it? Oh. Well.
I took the blame for a thing that some of the other Red Caps did, and, my sentence was to...
Be my friend.
Not be your friend.
Kind of.
Nah. My sentence was to show you how to behave.
I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you did!
And so, now that that's concluded, we're friends anyway.
And I just beam. Just very bright, very lovely. Just like, good. I was worried you were going to say that we weren't friends anymore.
I mean, we don't have to be anymore.
But we still are?
Not by oath.
You're right.
But we're friends.
Yes, we've gone through trials together.
Yeah, you're cool with me.
Yeah. You're a pretty good red cap, I think. I've only met you and Chandra. You're the better one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, I guess I have to decide on theme. And I'm sort of just like looking at the entire place. Describe to me how it's changed and kind of what it looks like.
So it's still got a dual balcony set up, or it's still got you've got a staircase kind of off to the side on both sides, like in both corners there is a staircase leading up to a balcony. The room itself is fairly large. It is currently not well lit, but the room itself is fairly large. I'd say if you're thinking of like a Viking long hall, something like that. And there are two sets of stairs off in the back that you can use to get up to the second floor. And then there's like a U-shaped balcony across. And so from there are separate rooms and some other hallways and stuff like that. There is also a trapdoor located towards the back of the room. Normally, where the back of the room currently sits was the big opening out to the chimerical beach.
Yeah.
That is closed. That is closed and will reopen if you choose to do so.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely gonna
and
reopen
so, making huge magical changes to this place
requires glamour.
It requires glamour, and right now you are currently expected to uphold a tithe of 5 glamour a month from your balefire to your lord's balefire. And you can basically you can hire the staff that you want. You have your pick based off of whether or not they like you enough to do it, and also, or alternatively, whether you can pay them, or whether the offer that you can make to pay them appeals to them. But there are a lot of changelings in town, and a lot who you can sort of get to know better and have them take on the responsibilities of your household. The only person who is required to follow you is Sid.
Yeah, because he's taken an oath of knighthood.
He has taken an oath of... he is your squire, and so by dint of that, you are...
Me and him together forever. Together forever, forever long as our souls are alive, me and Sid.
Well, that or until you...
Release him.
You release him from your service, or alternatively until his lord, until your collective lord, which would be Tierson, decides to take him, or alternatively, if he excels in such a way as to distinguish himself beyond the title of squire, he could be made a knight.
Yeah.
And then he would be your equal. So,
he deserves it. He's a good man.
Yep. And so, yeah, and the only reason he doesn't have it is because he has a shady past.
Yeah. It makes sense. And he's only been my squire for a little bit. Was he previously Lord Tierson's squire?
He was, yes. He was previously your Lord Squire, who he kind of shoveled onto you because he was like, look, I lead as stress-free a life as I can possibly manage, and you can only get so much, you can only grow so much from playing chimerical wild animal tamer. Go hang out with someone.
Oh.
You'll go crazy in here.
Yeah. Fair. That makes sense. Let me think. I suppose while Lily's here, I'll ask her. Lily, if I were to ask you to help me, like, run stuff around here, would you? Or are you, like, busy doing redcap stuff?
I mean, I'm not really looking to have a permanent place.
I mean, you're tough, and nobody wants to mess with you, and so I like having you around.
I mean, that's fair.
Flatter.
It was... Yeah, no, I was getting enough garbage when I was required by oath to help you. If I chose to do it, I'd never hear the end of it. That's not to say I wouldn't. I mean, you're okay.
I mean, I'll let you sleep by the balefire every once in a while. I'm thinking about maybe setting up a calendar system. I don't know. I'm still kind of absorbing all the responsibilities on account of me taking a very important oath yesterday. And I'm kind of thinking about how I want to organize it. And what I could give people in order for them to help me out. And whatnot.
Well, everybody has stuff that they want.
Yeah, that's true.
What
do you want?
I don't know. I'm trying to take care of my grandma. I mean, she's nice. She's undone. Been undone for a long time.
Oh,
She used to be the meanest bitch on the block.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Guess you got it from her.
Yeah.
Oh. And you're taking care of her? That's...
Yeah. I mean, she wouldn't have done the same thing for me.
Like, I, like, suck in my chin, like... Oh, well... maybe I
But
can
I wouldn't be
help you
half the
with that.
badass I am today if it wasn't for her.
Oh my god. I just sort of, like, think about what she must have been like to make Lily like this.
Before I even woke up, my grandma was the best. I was always terrified of her.
She smiles.
She just...
She
with her
smiles like a
shark
wide,
grin.
toothy shark grin, yeah.
Oh, Lily. Well, if there's anything I can offer you, think on it. Because I know that you'd help me, and I want to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're friends. And I sort of say it off into the distance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to live here.
I'd like to live here.
Gotta take care of Meemaw.
That's fair.
But, I mean, if anybody ever gives you shit, you got my number.
I mean, of course.
Alright.
I mean, they've seen me around with you. They know, I think. They know that if they mess with me, they're about to catch the teeth. Yeah?
I'll eat him alive.
I hope that's some sort of, like, joke. Like, you're just making a fun little joke right now, but I'm making the
She
assumption that you...
Bites down on an aluminum can.
Oh.
Very slowly.
You're just putting it in there.
Bites it in half.
Oh.
You could just feel the
I
sort
hear
of like...
it.
You could hear
I hear it in
the,
my teeth.
Yeah.
Lily! Look at what I got on the beach. And I, like, pull out of my bag the Crystal Pepsi. Do you want a swig?
What is that?
And she jumps down from the from the little balcony, and she lands in front of you.
Ooh, that was dumb. Ow. Ooh.
You stuck that. Are you supposed to do that?
No. That hurt. Anyway, what is it?
Look.
She grabs it from your hand,
Take a sip.
opens it up. Glug, 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 glug,
Why are you
glug,
drinking all of
glug,
it?
glug.
Lily, it's bad, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Closes it. There's still about half left.
But it's authentic. When
Oh,
I found
yeah,
it,
definitely.
when I found it on the beach, there was still like a little bit of like a, you know, like when you crack open the top.
What in the world was somebody doing at the beach with an unopened bottle of Crystal Pepsi? And then why did they not feel the need to open it while they had it there with them?
I don't know, but I also found a Wonder Ball.
Also in the past week? And they had a Wonder Ball? Who had a Wonder Ball?
There was a lot of 90s trash. I found a VHS.
What the hell's a VHS?
It's like a VHS. It's like a square DVD.
Oh. How'd they get it to spin?
I think they spin on the inside. I think it spins on the inside of it. I don't know, but I found it. It was a Nickelodeon's Rugrats.
Huh.
Yeah. I put it in the trash.
Alright. Anyway, so, what are you gonna do with this place?
It was perfect the way it was, but I guess now it's my opportunity to make it how I want it to be.
Nah, that was more the flavor of the old person who ran this place.
Who ran this place before me?
Gosh, what was his name? It was like, Cal. Yeah, I think that's what his name was.
Cal?
He was mostly around before I was like,
Awake?
that and politically conscious. I don't think I ever exchanged words with him. Don't know what happened to him. Maybe he became undone or something.
Oh, that's sad. Well,
If so, I mean, he'll be back to take it.
if he wakes back up, yeah, that's fair.
I'm pretty sure it's yours at this point. If he was gonna come back, he'd be back by now.
I mean, sometimes doesn't it take a long time? Like years?
It can. I don't know. I've never had it happen to me.
I haven't either. Well, I guess I can make it what I want it to be. And you know what I think it should have? A skylight.
Okay.
A big skylight.
Well, that's a good start, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So we can always see the big, beautiful sky. And maybe I want big French doors leading out to the beach. Like huge French doors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's on you.
I'll dream it up.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright. Well, I've done my work for the day, and so I'm gonna head out.
Okay. Bye, Lily. I'll see you around.
I think Will's gonna be leaving later. Not today, but
I've been putting together a gift for him.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's something little that I think he might like.
I see.
It's like a little thing that I've been making during my confinement.
I've been hanging out with Will for some time. What well, I'll be able to tell you if he'll like it or not.
I don't know if I trust you not to tell him, Lily.
Alright. I wouldn't tell him, but I don't know if I'd be able to hide the fact that I don't know. I'm a very honest person, you know.
And that's what's good about you, I suppose.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you later.
Bye!
And so she heads out and
Sort of
closes the door behind her.
sit around and look up at the walls and kind of like take some time to like visualize in my head the kind of stuff that I want.
As you're visualizing it, it kind of like projects out a little bit, and it lets you sort of see what it would look like if you were to do it. And so you have a better idea of how everything comes together before you actually do it.
Spend the glamour on it, yeah.
And so, it's the kind of the way that the dreaming works in this place, and it is very malleable. If you want to add rooms, if you want to, do any other stuff, you got to think about what the purpose of this freehold is. It's not just a place that has a balefire that spews glamour.
It's a gathering place.
It's a gathering place. Is it a place for people to stay? Is it a place for just parties and big events? Is it like a community center? It's got every freehold has a purpose, and if you look at Lord Tierson's, above everything else, his is a house.
Yeah.
He lives there. He sleeps there. This is where he lives. He stays there. It is a bastion. It is a fortress for himself.
Yeah.
To keep the
banality away.
Yeah, to keep the banality away.
Makes sense.
What was the other one? Perhaps it was.
It also seemed it was a gingerbread house hidden in the woods. Perhaps
that might illuminate some of the uses that it had.
Yeah. Because it also was located. The Trod was in a children's park, so I can only imagine the kind of stuff that took place.
And so,
I feel like with the beach house in particular, I've thrown 3 parties there. And so,
mostly out of expectation,
but also just anytime a lot of people are here, the
beach tends to be a place that is popular, even for the changeling population.
Yeah.
When there's a lot of people at the beach, there's a good chance that you'll find a lot of the changelings hanging out there.
Yeah.
And so this place is a nice little rest stop for them while they're coming to and fro on their glamour hunting or their merriment making, whatever the case is.
And so that's definitely it's a sort of not vacation spot, but definitely like a like a bungalow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a place where you do hold parties and events, and it's a big space for those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not necessarily a house, although you can stay there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my house. It's not, I don't consider it a house the way maybe Lord Tierson or Keelan had considered her gingerbread cottage. For me, this is more of a place where I can interact with subjects.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think of it in like a very like...
It's almost a vacation home.
Yeah, a bungalow.
Yeah.
And so this is how I can interact with my subjects.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to, say that they are subjects. Adelaide wouldn't necessarily, but that's the concept of it. Like holding court.
You want a meeting hall. You want an event center, a place for and so what kind of, and so then you think about what kind of places that those, or what kind of rooms that places like that have.
Yeah. They're definitely wide.
Is there a
and
ballroom?
Lots of lights.
Is there, is there going to be a ballroom? Is there going to be a big patio? A lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are just things to think about as you are beginning to construct some of this place together.
Yeah, it's definitely the sort of thought that I have. I might eventually start making a room for myself here. But I don't see myself staying in it too often because I am very much the type who would, even though I really shouldn't. It's not a good idea and it's not advisable, but I'll just sleep out in the open near the balefire. And super dangerous, super assassinatable, but she feels safe.
And then you got to think about that as well.
Yeah. I have to defend this place now.
How are you going to defend the balefire from those who would just walk in and
do it harm? Because I don't live here.
So, and that's kind of to the point of what Lily was getting to. Lily added the basement, spending her own glamour to do so.
Yeah.
And kept the balefire down there because previously everyone knew exactly where that balefire was.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the fact that people were taking shifts to kind of keep an eye on it,
I think
a lot could have happened.
Yeah, I think as she's sort of mulling over everything that she wants to do, she will go down to the basement to take a gander at the balefire and think about, maybe I can get like maybe I could ask a knocker to help me construct something, like a door or like a sentinel or something like that. Mm-hmm. Something that will listen to me and won't let anyone in here unless I want them to be in here.
Yeah.
I'll ask the knockers. Let me put that in my phone, my calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Ask about guard? Question mark? We'll see.
Yeah. And so, you go downstairs into the basement, and by downstairs, I mean you open up the trapdoor that Lily hastily made. It doesn't look great. It's not super solid. It's just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
You climb down a poorly constructed ladder.
Ooh, this is dangerous.
Yeah. And you go into this room, and there's sort of a darkness all around. The only thing you can see is the light of the balefire itself sitting there, jutting up into, like, basically sitting there with its large multicolored flame, and you can see small wisps of light escaping it and just sort of twirling into the air until it hits right around where the ceiling in here should be, and it starts to spread out a little bit in all directions until it sort of flickers away.
Yeah, I suppose I'll sort of think about what I'm going to do with this. Just sort of stand and bask in its light for a little bit. And the responsibility of everything, it's definitely all running through her mind very fast, because it is depressing. She saw what happened when it was poorly cared for. This past summer was a bit of a fiasco, and a lot of it can be attributed to her lord couldn't help her because he was busy and she was just inexperienced.
Yep.
There was things that she just didn't know, and it was kind of a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And she just sort of like runs over that entire horrible fiasco. And it still like chills her a little bit. Just how bad all of it went.
Yep.
She mulls over that for a little bit before just sort of exiting the basement, climbing up that ladder like, oh, this is terrible. No, it has splinters. No. Chimerical splinters.
Yep. And so you get out and got the
close
whole,
the door and
yeah.
It's gonna be great. It's going to be so good, she says loudly to herself in this echoing, mostly empty room.
Yep.
It is going to be so good. Ah!
It'll be fine.